Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Good morning, guys. It is 7:58 on Monday the 19th of January 2026, and that means we have completed 3 years and 42 weeks of this roughly 8-year FIRE journey, or FIRE experiment if you prefer. Let's just have a little look at the market before it actually opens. So this is where it closed on Friday. The current trading price, 98.44. In fact, that's not necessarily where it closed on Friday, but on Friday it closed down 0.23%, so somewhere between a fifth of a percent and a quarter of a percent down on Friday. In terms of the portfolio itself, the current value sitting at 31,600. The return on investment up 33.75%. There are 321 shares in the portfolio, and the average purchase price was 73.58. Now, just before the market opens, let's have a little look at the notifications. That's if there are any. And in fact, the last notification shown here is our last purchase 5 days ago, and at that time the purchase price was 98.11. So we're now up a further 30p roughly. Compared to that time. Let's maybe zoom in a little bit. So if you look at the what I would call the fat part of the candlesticks, looks as though the market is maybe not just at the very top of where it had been, but it is pretty close. Maybe if we scroll down a little bit, we can see so there are indicators for 1 day high and low, and also 52-week high and low, so that the highest price recorded to date has been £99.57. As I say, currently sitting at 97.33. So that is slightly different. In fact, the market has just opened, and it has opened down 1%, and we're actually seeing the beginnings of a red candlestick on screen there. Okay, before I go any further, let me draw your attention to Monzo.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem. Just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy. Check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Race you.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up. How'd you get on?
It's a draw.
Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
You can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, so as you were able to see there are affiliate links in the description for the video. There's one for Monzo and also one for Smarty Mobile, both companies that I use on a daily basis, and I find very responsive and easy to deal with. I like their apps. Their customer service seems good, and I actually use Monzo to fund my Trading 212 account. Now, what I also would say with Monzo is that I've noticed in the past, if you make a transfer to another account, it seems to happen straight away, irrespective of weekends, bank opening hours, and even bank holidays, which is not the same with your traditional high street banks. And I suppose I prefer that instant transfer of funds rather than having to having to wait or say to somebody, yes, I've sent that to you, but you'll probably not get it until Monday. So I think they're good for those reasons. Regular viewers to the channel will know that each week I buy £120 in the market, so let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see at the top here, we're buying the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund. Well, what is an exchange traded fund? Basically, it's a basket containing the top performing, in this case, the top performing 500 companies in the S&P index. The S&P stands for Standard and Poor, and that is a collection of roughly 3,000 companies. The S&P is an American index, and when studied over 30 or 40 years, it has been found to provide on average a better than 10% return per year. Now I do want to point out that there are, within that average, there are years where the return is negative. You could have minus 15% one year and plus 20% in other years, but as I say, the average works out at roughly slightly better than 10% per year. So it's a, on average, much better return than you can expect from, say, a bank. Now, we are looking at this on the Trading 212 practice platform. So this is theoretical money, if you like. I'm not actually showing my own investment account, just for privacy reasons. But the actual market data are real. The only difference that I've been able to detect between the practice account and the actual trading account is that on the practice account you don't get dividends paid. So I suppose to an extent, from that point of view, we're kind of fighting a slightly uphill battle. But I would also maybe say that in the grand scheme of things, the dividends that I've seen to date have not really been that impressive for the S&P. It's nice to get them, but they're not going to make or break you. What really matters is the growth. So, with that said, as you can see, we've got our £120 investment lined up here. At the current market value, that's going to buy us roughly 1.23 shares. We hit review order. You can see here that this is a market buy, so I'm trading on an open market without imposing any stops or limits or anything like that. So we're buying £120 worth of shares. It's going to be roughly 1.23 shares. There is no commission payable, and when we send that will hopefully execute. So that has done so, and we did buy 1.23 shares, and the purchase price was 97.33. So I've noticed in the past you do seem to pay very slightly more for your purchase than what appears to be the current market value. Not really sure what that is due to, but I think those that know a bit more about the stock market will know that there are buy prices and sell prices, and they differ very slightly. Generally, I suppose you'll pay a little bit more to buy than what you will receive for selling. No big surprise there, I suppose you could say. So now that has gone through, I can tell that the figures have updated, and because the market has shifted slightly in a downward direction from the start of the video, even though we've added £120 to the portfolio, the actual portfolio value is lower now than it had been. So the new portfolio value is 31,000, nearly 400. The return on investment is down to 32%, and there are 322.5 shares in the portfolio, and the average purchase price will have risen very slightly, up now to 73.67. So yeah, I've covered everything there. We've had a look at the notifications. We've done our weekly investment. All that remains for me to say is if you're interested in following this journey, please subscribe to the channel, and if you particularly enjoyed this one, why not give it a thumbs up. But other than that, I will be back next week at some point with more investing, and in the meantime, have a great end to your week. Thanks for watching.
Woke up one morning, saw the world in a new light. No more 9 to 5, I'm living my own fight. I got a plan that's simple, a number game to play. It's the freedom that I'm chasing, I'm walking away. They said it's impossible, just a dream so far, but I've learned to count the cost. Now I'm driving my own car. I don't need a mansion, don't need a fancy name. I got peace of mind and I'm free from the daily grind shame. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. in check, investing in my future, no time for regret. The years go by faster, my money's working too. I got a plan that's steady and it's seeing me through. They said I couldn't do it, said it wouldn't last, but I'm retiring early, leaving all that stress in the past. I'm building my empire, brick by brick. The math's all adding up, and it's working real quick. It's not magic, it's math, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's math, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting with all that I can give. It's the power of the numbers, that's where I stand. I'm taking control and I got the upper hand. No more chasing time, no more chasing fear. With the maths in my favor, my dream is crystal clear. It's not magic, it's math, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's math, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting with all that I can give. So head to the future, here's to the plan. Financial freedom, it's all in my hand. It's not magic, it's maths, and it's mine to take. A life of freedom, no more decisions to make.